They say happiness does not come from what you have, but what you give. Once there was a woman who was very rich. She had everything anyone could imagine: a successful husband, kids, cars, houses, everything one could desire, but she lacked one thing, and that was happiness. She was very unhappy and depressed too. From her flat, she noticed a woman down the street who was usually happy, always smiling and walking joyfully. She wondered what made this woman so happy and thought it wise to ask her. However, she observed that the woman was not of her class, so she changed her mind and decided to see a therapist instead. As fate would have it, she saw that same woman leaving the office of the therapist. She wondered what the woman could be doing there. The woman greeted her as she walked by, but her countenance fell. She walked up to the therapist and explained what was wrong with her. She told the therapist she was unhappy and depressed, but she wondered the cause, knowing that she has everything anyone could think of having. The therapist smiled at her and said,
"Happiness does not come from what you have, but what you give."
The therapist sent for his cleaner, who happens to be the woman who was always happy. He asked her in front of the rich lady,
"Are you happy?"
Yes, I am. But there were times I was sad, you know. After I lost my husband, I was very, very sad. I never smiled and I was dying of depression. But one day I was walking back from work when I saw a man who was hungry. I decided to cook and give to him to eat. And after I did that, he threw me the most beautiful smile ever. I smiled back at him. I felt so much happier than I ever was. I continued to do this every week. I go around the streets, find those who are hungry and homeless and feed them. And ever since I have been so happy. It was then I discovered that happiness is not created by what you have, but what you give.
In tears of joy, the rich woman asked,
Please, can I go with you to feed those poor people?
Yes, of course, I'd be glad.
And from henceforth the rich woman became so happy, knowing that the things she has are not the reason behind her happiness, but the things she gives. The end.